dicey about kind of which way this goes, because now we've come a decent way off the bottom. If the bottom was 160 and 169, we've come a little bit of a way. That's where I'm a little bit dicey about. Gut feeling is we still hold, but it's not going to be easy. So what, Aditya? 917, eat it. It could be 919. So that's where we got to go with this thing. You're going to run into supply right at the open. So what you got to think about when you're looking at this market, you can't chase it right off the bat at the open because you're going to be running into supply. So what you have to do is wait for a pullback and see what starts to happen around 10 p.m. If it starts to hold, the market starts to hold, I do think we can keep running because, frankly, I mean, we are down just quite a bit from, our highs. But we're going to be in that weird sweet spot where you got to kind of really do this. So remember, like, you're going to get a little pop at the open, and then you're going to run into supply. When you run into supply, right, what's going to happen is you got to kind of have to test it multiple times. When you test it multiple times, then you're going to kind of be good, right? So if you got like 90% of stocks running into that supply, the first 30 minutes, they get tricky, but then if you keep testing the area, you can get through it. So just something to kind of be mindful of. SPY, same type of thing here. Hey, Cody, what's up, baby? SPY's held that support here. We're kind of into the 9, but if we get over that 9 EMA, then we got room to the 200. So that's going to be really the key to this. Yeah, there's quite a few gappers today. Hot damn, right? So you've got, I mean, they're everywhere. There's a huge amount of them. USPP, LKDS, blah, 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 blah. I haven't even looked at some of the small cap ones yet, but, you're starting to see a whole host of them start running around here. So you can keep stuff like this on watch for like ORB, LKSD, similar. These are not the priority for me today. Priority for me today, I got this ETF, Labu. This is probably the last of the ETFs that hasn't really ran. You saw TQQ and some of the other ones run yesterday. It is kind of gapping up. Hopefully it doesn't just run up. Hopefully it doesn't run up too hard. But if you start to come out of this range, what I need to see is an ORB or a quick pullback buy on this. Remember class on Monday, right? Remember class on Monday, what we talked about. When you get some when you get some simple setups on the daily chart, what you got to do, you only got two options. If you spike up, it's either 3 candles sideways and go, or if you spike up and you pull back to that 9 EMA, then you got a green candle to hold. So Dad, make sure you rewatch Monday's class. It might just be that you don't, trade. You're not meant for trading. Who knows, right? That's just the way it goes. Study and then ask questions. Don't be lazy. I can already tell you're a troublemaker. Now, on the short side, IQ, if this thing stays under the 20 spot, this is a big breakdown. You guys see like how the old breakout spot was at 20, where it ripped the 48. Now this thing is coming back. It's bleeding on earnings today, right? So it drops 13% after Q3 mix, blah, 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 blah. If it stays under 20, watch for an ORB on this thing, right? So what is ORB? Gap down, 3 candles sideways, then go. If it gaps down and you don't get 3 candles sideways, let it pop to the 9 EMA intraday, then you take that bad boy, all right? I got excess on this list. It's gapping up on some earnings too. I can only take this trade if it gets over 71.60 though, because it's going to have, right, your 50-day moving average right on it. Excess is a good trader. We made some good money on it in the past, and so I like keeping it on my list. But the caveat on this, I won't take an ORB or anything on this one only if you get over this 50 SMA, because if you take the ORB and it's under supply, you're just going to run into resistance, and then it's going to roll back over, and then you're just really out of the game on that thing. So just kind of keep an eye on that bad boy. And we got triple Ds breaking under the 200, and then CLVS. Keep that one on the list too. I wouldn't worry about, it's minimum 3 candles too, Danny, right? It could be 4 or 5. What you need to see is just a tight consolidation at the open, right? Remember Friday's or Monday's class. Every single ORB pattern we looked at, they were clean and crisp, right? You get a spike and then a tight range and then a go, right? That's the main one. When you're looking at intraday trading, there's no such thing as like inside candles, outside candles, mama candles, FU candles, because, right, you're just looking at like a minute by minute basis or 5 minute by 5 minute. So like what difference does it make? You would see the action on the stock before the candle forms, right? So what's the point of looking at the candle on a short-term basis? That's kind of at least how I think about it, you know, in my head. Keep an eye on Tesla here. You know, we're kind of starting to flag out here. This one is the market leader in terms of just momentum. You know, if you start to come out of range, this one's going to have a lot of juice. We're starting to see a little bit of moves in some of the pot stocks. We're seeing CAGC gap up. We were playing this yesterday up to 200. We were playing this off the 200 yesterday. This thing's still got room. I'd come in with this thing from like maybe, I think you might be able to get 38, 39 on this bad boy. So I think that's going to be kind of an interesting one. If CGC starts to run, then start to look to pick up PYX because this one should have a trailer on it. You know, this one did not go green on Friday. So, you know, make sure if you start to see one go, then the rest of them will go. They tend to run in sympathy with each other. And so that's going to be really, really important. We've got Labu. That's the top of my list. AMD, play off the 200. Guys, and remember, just because you have a stock that you like on the daily does not mean that you can take it intraday. Remember, intraday, especially at the open, right? You could go red to green, green to red, ORB, or quick pullback buy. So you only have 3 options, right? That's how you want to map out your day. You have something that you like based on its daily chart. And then intraday, you have 3 options. If it opens up weak, you go red to green. If it opens up strong and you get 3 sideways consolidation, you go ORB. If it opens up strong, but it doesn't go consolidate and it pulls back, right? You wait to the 9 EMA, green candle to hold, and then it's a go. Remember Monday's class. It should be on the YouTube, so you guys got to rewatch that thing. Rewatch it like 10 times, right? When you keep rewatching it, that's when you're going to start to mentally, right? Mentally start understanding the concepts, right? And that's going to be really, really important. Roku 2, if this thing busts over the 9 EMA, I think it's good to go. And out of the little guys, watch this Drice. If Drice rips over this 6, this is going to be a flat top breakout. When you get like a particular, you know, stock and it keeps testing a level, 1 test, 2 tests, 3 tests, 4 tests, the more times you test a level, the weaker it gets, right? The more times you test a level, the more explosion builds under it. So when you finally break over it, what happens? You get that explosive movement. So watch this thing around 6, right? On your TC2000s, if you right-click any trend line, you can set an alert where you can start to see, right? And this thing will be emailed to you, text to you, right? Anything you need, it'll make a little sound and boom, right? When it starts to break, you'll start to have it on your watch list. But even then, like when I get a trend line break on the daily, I'm still, right? You still need to go ORB or quick pullback buy, right? Just because you like it on the daily doesn't mean you take it intraday. You've got to let the thing set up and do what they got to do. My friends, it's been real. It's been fun. Hey, Howie, how you doing? Guys, as always, I'll be trading live in the Bulls on Wall Street chat room if you guys need me. Yesterday was fun trading in front of you guys live all day. I wish the market had been a little bit hotter. You know, the market consolidated all day, so I didn't trade as much as I normally would, you know, like we did the day before when the market was really trending. But we take what we can give. And, you know, that's just the nature of the beast, right? You know, so yesterday was a little bit choppy, but that's just how life is sometimes. We got to go out and do what it is that we got to do. So, guys, trade well today. Trade fast. Remember, manage your risk. And remember, like in trading, you can always come back from one bad trade, but you can't come back from screwing up, right? So, you know, we'll do that. And yeah, I'll try to come back on, I'll try to come back on the YouTube sometime. Look, I mean, I got hundreds of students that watch me trade every day. I got to trade in front of them. So I can't just come in and trade on YouTube anytime I want. I got students that are, I'm supposed to be trading in front of them. So I can't just blow into YouTube every single day. But I will try to do it more often. Guys, the best way to learn is to watch somebody trade live, right? Watch their alerts and then take class at night and then you watch their alerts. That's the hugest part, right? You want to learn the book knowledge by watching class at night, and then during the day, you got to watch somebody trade live. When you can marry those two, that's when you can really learn and get this thing going in the fun ways. Hey, Cody, you owe me a phone call. 517-974-1480, baby. Oh, yeah. Guys, I look forward to seeing everybody. As always, I'll be here tomorrow. Let's do this. Trade well, trade fast, be good. Make me proud.